Wait, it's kind of hitting. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Now, this board here is pretty insane, okay? So if you guys don't know Neson Design, they are one of my favorite keyboard designers. I love how they design their boards. It always has this like robotic vibe to it that I just really, really, really love. It just gives the board like more dimension, you know? It doesn't look so flat or like simplistic. Neson x Zephyr. So it's like a collab. It's not necessarily made by Neson, but it very much looks like a Neson board. And it's HHKB. You guys know me, I love my HHKB. It's got like the floating sides similar to the Tempo, which if you guys also don't know me, the Tempo is like one of my favorite mode boards. All in all, very excited about this. They have a decent amount of colors too. Black, cream, like this nice like olive green, a really lovely blue, like a navy, and then the silver. But we can take a look at what comes in here now. First, we have this box of internal accessories. Sweet. So we got some little stickers here, the gaskets. Also love the design and branding on the packaging. We have the PCB. I like their logo a lot, actually, with the little like switch kind of plus over here. It's pretty sweet. Hot swap PCB, by the way. We'll take a look at the layout here shortly. We also have some foams, so if we need that, we have it. And then an aluminum plate right here. Look at that plate. What the? That looks sick, dude. Y'all see that? Look at the corners right there. That is very, very cool. Love the little branding on here as well with the gold. I love this color PCB. This is probably like my favorite PCB color. This like gray. Then down here, Zephyr Lab 60% HHKB, designed by Zephyr Lab, made in China. There we go. We have stepped caps, 7U only for the stab, which is great in my opinion, my preference for sure, but for those of you who do like 6.25, this won't be for you, I don't think. You also have the option to split your right shift, which we will do, and you can split your backspace, which we will also do. I'm really solid support here on the PCB. I mean, I really like the carrying case. This is a very nice like rubber material right here. It's always nice that keyboards come in cases for storing them. Oh, look, a little thank you. This is Zephyr Lab. We are pleased to meet you for the first time and grateful for your support and participation in the group buy purchase of our first product. Wow. This is a nice little touch, I think, that they give you a little thank you card. Okay, we have the Zephyr again with this like nice cloudy plastic. Very heavy 60%. Very dense. Wow, wow, wow. We have a chunker. So there's some PCB foam in here already. Ribbon cable. Maybe that's the only thing that you could say is a negative-ish. I know that ribbon cables are more fragile typically. I don't hate them. You know, I have plenty of boards that use them. They're not like the end of the world for me, but just something to note. This is also a hidden screw design, so you can see the screw points here in the case. There's 6 total. Dude, look at that. The very like the thinner side bezels. Guys, this is very attractive. So the side profile, you're gonna be able to see that RGB glow right there. This is very fancy. Overall, pretty simple though, but this does add that dimensionality. Like I said, you can see those pieces. And then the back, very simple on the back. Just says Zephyr in the middle. I think if they would have left it blank, it would have even been okay, to be honest. But, and that's not an offensive branding to me. And I love how these pieces look here. Whoa, see how that looks? That's that Neson touch right there. And you got that back edge right here, lifted sides, very cool. Anno quality seems pretty decent too. Got a little sparkle to it. Nothing crazy that I'm seeing. And I believe I got the stainless steel bottom, which explains the heft that I'm experiencing. Another thing I could see people not liking is the long feet. I know typically this can lead to like some sound issues. So we'll have to see, you know, how that affects things. Definitely something to take note of. We did use the new BDZ Omni-type lube brush. Pretty nice to use. Usually, this stuff makes a mess for me. Because I usually have a brush and stuff, like, it makes a horrendous mess. This was really nice to use. Like, you just literally twist it, brush it, solid. Like, I already liked the 205 one, but the BDZ might be even better, just because it's not messy. So we're using a HMX Purple Dawns today with an aluminum plate. Gasket mounted, by the way. Overall, like a medium stiffness, I would say. It's not the softest typing experience you're going to get for sure. It's definitely leaning a bit more to the stiffer side, which I will say as well is pretty typical for Neson boards. Neson boards always do feel a little bit more on the stiffer side. We're going to be using a GMK Expo, one of my favorite sets of all time. And I thought with the silver, this set would just slap, to be honest. Dude, this looks really good. Dude, this is heavy. And you can kind of see my forearms doing a little flex right now. I'd say it's probably not as heavy as like my Cloud9, but it's up there. Like the bigger forehead with the skinnier side bezels is really nice. Let me see if I plug it in, if we can get that to show up. Oh. This is nice with the side profile, by the way, with the lighting. And that is really pretty. I love silver personally. Like, here's my thing though, right? Say you want the navy or the green or the cream. If you have like a keycap set that you know specifically to match those boards, I think it's good. But silver's just so versatile. Whenever they asked what color I wanted, I knew that I love 60% HHKB and I knew that I wanted to use the board a lot. So I went with silver because I knew that like I could throw any keycap set on and it would work. But I do have some boards that are built out thematically with like a specific color that I love and use very frequently. You can go both ways. You know, if you want to dive into a very 100% specific build, do it, you know. But blues and greens are so specific with the hues that it can be tricky. So it's the only thing. Like I would say with this green that they have, you could not use GMK Botanical, but you could use GMK Olive, right? And with the blue, you want like more of like a deeper navy. Like if you have something more like aqua, it won't work. So like those are the things to keep in mind. Here's the bottom there, and you can see the light shining on both sides. Very, very sweet. You have to ignore my fingerprints, but that brushed stainless steel is very, very beautiful. And then whenever we put it down, oh, look at that. Look at that glow. Look at that. That's sick. So we have HMX Purple Dawns, aluminum plate, GMK Expo, no foams. This is gasket mounted. We have a 1.6 millimeter non-flex cut PCB and mode stabilizers. Wait, it's kind of hitting. This is nice. Okay. Noticing some things. This sounds really solid. I will say there is a bit of like a resonance in there, okay? It's one of those instances where the resonance is more of like a character of the board. It's not necessarily like a super pingy nightmare. It's more of this like undertone to the sound that gives it a unique sound. Very subtle. But I'm sure if you added some case foam, you could just eliminate that altogether. But to me, once again, not a big deal. It's like character. Like I think of examples of this as like the Hibiki from Hebe. It has like the plastic bottom, so it has this different kind of sound signature. You're kind of getting that here as well. It has this little warbly sound in the bottom out. Sound wise though, it's very tight. It feels very punchy. I don't know how to describe it. Like it's not like open, you know, it's very tight and very just, it's got some depth to it, like a bit of body here. At least with this specific config, we're not like in the clacky range, but it's definitely more of like that bassy pop sound. We're like more near like a mid-tone range right now with this current configuration. But I do like it. It's scratching an itch in my head. The spacebar is really nice. Has a really good bass to it. Yeah, I mean, nothing is really rubbing me wrong necessarily about this. I love how this looks, dude. I can't wait to take pictures of this. This is like one of my favorite sets to take photos of. I don't know how well it comes across, but there's like a pearlescence to it. You can kind of see here. It's got this shine like an oyster shell almost. Let's talk about our scores for this guy. I think for me, the visuals, I love the visuals of this. It's very clean, very understated all around. Like the side, super simple. The front, really cool how you have that. Like whenever you're sitting, you're not going to be able to see it on the camera. You can actually like see the edges kind of slightly scoop up a little bit. It gives a cool look. I love it on the tempo. I love it here as well. And the side profiles are really cool. Like, look at that. Very like edgy, robotic, industrial. Really like it. Super clean on the back as well. Once again with those floating edges. I think the back is well done. It's not like too busy. I still feel like they could have just taken out the branding right there, to be honest. But it looks good. Yeah, so overall, I think for the visuals of this, I think the visuals will get a 10 for sure. Like, I think if you're in the market for like 60% with this more industrial aesthetic, I think this is definitely a good place to start. The one that I have, this will come out to about $380, which is definitely more on the premium side, so keep that in mind. It's really nice though. I do really like it, but like I said, that is definitely something to keep in mind. Now for the sound and feel, these are where things get a little interesting. For the feel, like I said, unless they have a different plate material, so far I'm looking over this. I'm not seeing where it says plate material. I don't see it. I would hope that there's some options. With the aluminum plate, it's pretty stiff. Like you're not really getting any flex on this. I would say unless they have like a polycarbonate plate or something of that nature, you're going to be dealing with a bit of a more stiffer typing experience. So you're not going to be able to get that, you know, range in the typing that I personally strive for and am a big advocate for that. I like it whenever a board can kind of do a little bit of everything. That way it can kind of fit anyone's preferences. This one, like I said, unless there's a different plate material, can't do that currently. However, it does still feel good to type on. So I would say it gets like an 8 for the typing feel. For the sound, the board is definitely going to lean more to that deeper to mid-tone range. So once again there, I would say we'd give it an 8. It does sound good, really refined. It's got that kind of full body to it. Yeah, overall, really good board. So what's that bring us to, like a 9 out of 10 for the score? I think that's a great score for this. Looks great, feels great, sounds great. Just some slight room for improvements, but overall, very, very good build. I really like the lights on this though. It looks really clean. I think it'll probably be on my desk for a minute, I would say. Does it get a smooch? Yes. I really like this board. It looks really, really nice. Appreciate you guys as always. Love you guys. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace. Bye. I'll key you later. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Do we put the gaskets in here? Oh. My funny bone. Yeah. Oh. Chat, that was some super effective damage, bro. Ooh.